There's been a question from LSU fans after seeing the first two ball games. How come this vaunted offensive line, supposed to be one of the best in the country, if not the best in the SEC, why haven't they just completely pushed around the competition and run the ball whenever they like? Head coach Brian Kelly actually offering some insight into that offensive game plan and why it hasn't included some of the ground and pound.
I think the most important thing was this sense that we were out-physicaled, and that simply wasn't the case. From an offensive standpoint, we threw the football because that's what was required in this game. They were in a 7- and an 8-man front, and we needed to throw the football. We were not going to run into extra hats, and an extra hat being an extra defender, just to flex and say we're the bigger guys. We're going to do tactically and technically what is the most appropriate thing. That's why Garrett Nussmeier leads the country in touchdown passes right now. And I told Joe Sloan, Joe, I do not want this to be about, we have to run it to show everybody that we're big and bad and we have an offensive line. If they protect like they have, and we haven't given up a sack in 2 games, and let Garrett Nussmeier throw the ball against cover 1, we have great receivers, and we'll beat you that way. Look, I've built my career on wanting to be equally as good. Balance to me is being equally as good at running it as throwing it. Now, if South Carolina comes out in 3 down and plays cover 2, I guarantee you we're running the football. But when you're loaded in there and there's 8 guys on the line of scrimmage and you're just saying, I can't block them all, what sense does it make, really, in those situations? We'll pick our spots. There are going to be times that you're going to have to make a guy miss or run a guy over, which we did on several occasions in the blue zone. But by and large, this has nothing to do with you guys. This has everything to do with the way teams have wanted to play us, and it's been much more with a loaded front, and that's going to cause us to throw the football.
And an update on the Zachary product, Chris Hilton, who was supposed to be the starter there for game 1. He has not seen any action. He is not suited up through the first 2 ball games. Head coach Brian Kelly says it's basically a pain tolerance issue moving forward, but expect him to finally get some playing time as the SEC schedule starts. Covering the LSU Tigers for your Go Nation, I'm Brian Holland.